Yo, hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Big Time Show. I am Big Time, Douglas Brooks Jr. once again here with you. Hello to everybody that is on Podbean, everybody that is joined in or will be joining in through Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or you may be listening to this by the replay on iHeart and Pandora and Google Podcasts, Spotify, all of you that may check this out on LinkedIn and Tumblr. Thank you for just tuning in or giving me the opportunity to talk to you today about some things for those that are here. I ask that you would share. I'm not looking yet. I don't know if anybody is here, but I'm here. What's up, Spence? I see Spence. I don't know if you on Podbean. What's going on? What's going on to everybody that may be here? Somebody's here from a Big Time Show. Let me just make sure I am on everywhere. First of all, and then I will get started. Okay, I am on. Okay, good deal. Listen, today I'm still in my end of the year stuff, obviously, because we ain't got no football game, so so we're in full off season mode. We are very much in the off season mode as we speak. Our season has ended. We're already in preparation for we're already in preparation and we got to get ready. We got to get ready. All minds and all ears and all faces are headed toward really the NFL draft now. Trying to make the team better, but before then, we're gonna have probably some coaching changes. We're probably gonna have some free agents probably signing. Of course, free agents leaving. Got to get all that sorted out. And it's just time now for people like me to kind of look back and see and evaluate our problems. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I'm still numb. I really feel like, hey, Sammy AR, Assam, whoever you are, thank you for joining in on Podbean. Hope you stay. But I'm still numb from the loss to the 49ers. I'm still numb about it because I really feel like it's a game that we should have won. And then to lose, of course, to the 49ers is still hard. Just it's ridiculous to me. As I told you guys on many occasions, I despise the 49ers. I don't even play around with it. I don't like them. I never have liked them. It runs deep in my veins. I don't like the 49ers. Never have, never will. I don't care. It's some kid in the 7th and 8th grade right now across this country is going to end up being a San Francisco 49er. I already don't like them. I already don't. Whoever it is, I don't like it. That's how bad it is for me. But since they beat us and they beat us handedly, in my opinion, they beat us easily, actually. It was not that hard to beat the Cowboys on that day. Since that's over with, we got to look back. Today's topic, and y'all need to share this, whoever it is that's on here. Y'all need to share this and let these people know that I'm about to go in on two people. Last show, I talked about Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. You start from the top. Then you work your way down. That's exactly what I'm getting ready to do today. I'm working my way down on today. So on today, I'm talking about Coach Mike McCarthy and then the one and only Dak Prescott. I'm talking about them today. I have no choice. I'm working my way down. Let's start off with Coach McCarthy, will you? Y'all share this if you can. Let's work with Coach McCarthy for a moment. The first thing that we need to understand about Coach McCarthy is this. He is Jason Garrett 2.0. That's where I'm gonna start with. See, the problem is that Jerry Jones has this idea or a standard of what the coach is supposed to be like. His style of coach. What is that style of a coach? Somebody, bottom line, that's really not going to challenge him. That's his style of a coach. That's his style. He does not like an authoritative type figure as a coach. Those type of guys he got rid of. Jimmy Johnson, Bill Parcells, those type of guys who are on, Hall of Fame coaches. They are just as headstrong as he is. They will challenge him. They will challenge his authority. Matter of fact, they will say, "This is my team." If you remember the line that Bill Parcells said. Parcells said, "If you're gonna let a team cook, at least let them shop for the groceries." In other words, Parcells said, "Let me do my thing. Let me pick my own team. Let me coach my team, and then I'll take my chances. That way, all the blame goes on me." Jerry Jones is totally opposite. So he picks out a coach who he can control. Mike McCarthy, because he's coming off the sideline and did not have a coaching job, comes back and becomes a puppet for Jerry Jones again. That's what we have. Jerry Jones handpicked him, brought him to Dallas. Of course, he has a resume. He is a Super Bowl champion. You can't take that from him. He was the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. He was also the offensive coordinator at the time. You cannot take away what that man accomplished. I don't care nothing about folks say, well, if you had Aaron Rodgers, you would win the Super Bowl too. Well, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers only has one Super Bowl championship. And everybody else had him, and Aaron Rodgers hadn't won anything but one. He won that one with Coach McCarthy. So Coach McCarthy obviously found something that other coaches did not. He won, and you can't take that from him. However, when Coach McCarthy came here, I don't care what they say. Coach McCarthy had control over hiring his own staff except one area, and that was offensive coordinator. He inherited Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was a fixture that could not be erased. He had to accept that. By accepting that, however, what it did was eliminate Mike McCarthy's greatest attribute, which was he is a coordinator. He's a play caller. He knows how to scheme. He knows how to call plays, obviously. He got a ring on his finger to prove it. That eliminated that. He has no input defensively at all. He has input offensively if you choose to, but there were so many different voices when it comes to offense. You had McAdoo, who just got hired by Carolina, I believe, as a offensive coordinator. You had Kellen Moore. You had, of course, McCarthy, but Kellen Moore was the installer of the plays. Kellen Moore was the play caller of game day. So it leads to the question, what did Mike McCarthy really do on game day other than saying, okay, we're going for it on fourth down? That's really all he contributed. He did not call a play. He did not. What did he do? Nothing but clap. Now, we know what Jason Garrett used to do, right? Clap. He had no say so, no nothing other than saying we're going for it on fourth down. That's all he did. That's all. So it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder what really did he bring to the table. It makes you wonder that. And I'm starting to wonder what his role really was. Now, let's say this. The Cowboys last year was 6-10. Now, of course, Dak didn't play. This man won 12 games this year. You can't take that from him. He 12-5. That's pretty good. That will get you to the playoffs every year. So the wins were there. But the authoritative figure was not there. He had no control. I know that because there should not be a game plan. I'm just going to stick with the last game, y'all. There should not be a game plan that only has Tony Pollard getting the ball 4 times for the entire game. That's what he did with the San Francisco 49ers. Somebody should have told Kellen Moore, look, get the ball to this guy right here. He's the most explosive running back. When he touches the ball, good things happen. Let's get him the football. Tony Pollard only got the ball 4 times against the San Francisco 49ers. The head coach should have told him something. Now, Kellen Moore has the liberty to call any kind of play. Somebody's supposed to make some type of adjustment. I refuse to believe that I don't care what the score was. We were still in the ball game. We won so far in the ball game that we couldn't stop running the ball completely. I'm still my mind's still messed up about that. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's where your coach comes into play to correct some mistakes that you're seeing. The correct term is in-game adjustments. That's what it's called. I didn't see no in-game adjustments. When we all know a lot of these games we supposed to been running the football, we couldn't do nothing. Matter of fact, we didn't even attempt it. That's on the head coach. Nobody started pointing to, positional coaches and all that kind of stuff. Usually the head coach is the one that had to fall on the sword when bad things happen. They're the ones that get fired first, and then the staff gets fired after that. That's what usually happens. So when it comes, what's up, Hot Rod? I see you. So when it comes to um, pointing the finger, usually the head coach is the one that has to pay the price. It's no question about that. And I don't understand how and why nobody, I don't get it. But, however, as you done heard by now, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones have given this man the vote of confidence, even though there are rumors and all that kind of stuff. Look, Mike McCarthy is going to be your head coach next year. So I don't know why everybody is even dreaming of something. And even if he was not, who you going to get? I mean, come on now. Who you going to get? And please don't say Kellen Moore, because if it's Kellen Moore, we're going to be in a world of trouble. I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. I had a problem with Mike McCarthy because, I don't know if the shadow of the Jones family was over him. I don't know if, if he just knows that he can't do nothing with Kellen Moore or say something or change it up. He doesn't have any liberty to change up the game plan because there's just, and I'm starting to believe at least that, because there's nowhere in the world he could see what the fan base is not saying. Like, hello, you're throwing the ball way too much. You didn't run it, but under 15 times in a game. Like, hello, you need to run the ball sometime. Like, but it's no surprise. So we've been asking Kellen Moore to run the ball forever, and he has not. So I don't get. I just don't get the logic in that. So he is a problem to me, but he ain't going nowhere. No. If y'all think Mike McCarthy goes somewhere, y'all, no, it's not. Because see, now you got to go on this search to find another puppet, and puppets are hard to find. It really is. It's easy. You got some guys that are desperate, but it's hard to find the right coach that's people are gonna somewhat respect. And I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. So Mike McCarthy is gonna be there, which means that how excited are you really to have to even think that he is going to be there again next year? I mean, really, because see, I'm under the I have no choice but to say it. I'm under the impression that I'm seeing the same movie year after year after year after year, and it really makes no difference who the person is that is in position. I'm saying the same thing, but that go back to the last show. That's on Jerry Jones. I mean, if Mike McCarthy can't do nothing, if he can't input offensively, which he hasn't, I mean, what is he good for? His best attribute is his play calling, which leads to this. I got a feeling, because Jerry Jones is right, when you amass the type of talent that we had, a one and done should not be on the resume. It's too much talent. You're supposed to at least win one game in the playoffs. There's no question about that. You're third seed. There's no way that you're supposed to lose. Not in the first round. No. And because of that, I really feel like that. Even though I feel like he's gonna get another year, I didn't say years, plural. I feel like he's gonna get another year, and he better produce. Because if not, I got a feeling he might lose his job. Then I wouldn't be surprised. And so because of that, he definitely needs to take on some type of an authoritative position next year. Now, I don't know what that means. Now, if Kellen Moore leaves, which is what a lot of you guys are hoping for, if Kellen Moore leaves, Mike McCarthy needs to take over the offensive coordinator position. Hey, 100-yard chemist, I see you on Podbean. Thanks for popping in. Good, bad, and ugly truth. Hot Rod, popped on Podbean now. Okay. Listen, he needs to take over because, look, if I'm going to lose my job, at least let me do it my way. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to put my fate into the hands of somebody else so they can kill me, even though you wouldn't purposely be killing. You wouldn't purposely be doing it. But I'm not about to let you make me lose my job. Let me call the plays, and if we lose, then y'all could definitely blame it all on me. But I can't let you, Kellen Moore just destroy my chances here. And I got a feeling his job is going to be on the line next year. I really do. And if he doesn't win a playoff game with this talent, which pretty much mostly everybody is coming back, we are going to lose a free agent here and there, but, we'll gain one here and there. But pretty much the core of this team will still be intact. Yeah, a little older and all that kind of stuff. That's where the drafting process come into play and get replacements and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you that I hope that's the only Mark. Hey, Mark. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So I'm glad I got somebody to help me on here. Mark is saying exactly what I'm saying. I believe that if he has this same year and done produce a playoff win, I believe Mike McCarthy is going to lose his job. Because I really believe that if you listen to Jerry Jones, you already know that Jerry Jones is a little ticked off. Now, that don't mean he's going to do nothing. It just means that he's upset because he figures that this team should have at least won something. At least one game. Okay? So I really do believe that it's the case. Now, Mike McCarthy made a huge mistake this week when he had his press conference and said these words. He said he believed his team was nervous. Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He come out and said that the team was nervous and wasn't ready to play. Excuse me. Isn't that the job of the head coach? Isn't that the job of the head coach to make sure that your team, when they come out of the locker room, is ready to play? And of course, we saw the Cowboys came out flat like they usually do in playoff games. You don't put that out there like that. That's an indictment on you. If you say your team wasn't ready to play, that's an indictment on you. So to come out, you messed up your own self by putting that out there, and it's also embarrassing. And I'm quite sure that Mr. Jones wasn't too happy about that. Huh? What's up, Gary? So Coach McCarthy actually, what's up? Hey, Mike, I see you. Coach McCarthy actually hurt himself by saying that. You can't get out there, and it's the NFL wild card game. You're in the tournament, and then once it's all over, and the game is over now. It's your last interview of the year, really. Until draft time comes, and you say that your team wasn't ready. That's on you. You didn't motivate them. I mean, what? We know they weren't ready. We saw that. But before they came out, you saying they were nervous. I mean, come on now. It's your job to calm the nerves then. It's your job to look these guys in the eyes, get them fired up so to take the nervousness out. We came out flat. The 49ers came out and bullied us. The 49ers smacked us right in the mouth while they were nervous, and we didn't respond as usual in these type of games. And once they finally got it just a little bit of rhythm, as usual, it's too late. So that finger does not point, unfortunately. That does not go to Kellen Moore. That does not go to Dan Quinn. That does not go to Bones. That does not go to position coaches. Usually what happens when you hear something like that, it don't even go to the owner. It don't go to the general manager. The person that take the fall for that is the head coach. That's Mike McCarthy. Now, it's my belief, and you guys may not believe it. That's okay. I am under the belief that the way that I've been listening to Jerry and primarily Jerry, and I know Jerry is a drama king and puts narratives out and all that kind of stuff. And I do believe that he's upset. It's his team. He put this team together. I believe that he felt like we should have won at least one game. I believe that. I really do believe that another performance like this next year, where there's no production in the playoffs, I believe Mike McCarthy gonna lose his job. And because of that, I feel like he needs to take a little bit more authoritative position. Now, what that means, I don't know. I got to see how everything shake out. I will say this, that if Kellen Moore leaves Dallas, Mike McCarthy needs to take over play calling, because I just believe he's not losing his job. I see Marcel on here. Here come the 49er fans. I'm talking about the boys right now, Marcel. Yeah. Thanks for popping in. Hope good luck to your team tonight, okay? Mark says we may not make the playoffs with a first place schedule. Yeah, things gonna change. Gonna get a little rougher next year. Oh, ain't no doubt. We got first place schedule, so you don't have time for flat games no more. You don't have time for it when you get a first place schedule. You playing the top notch guys next year from the top. You can't afford it. So if Kellen Moore leaves, he needs to take over play calling. Mike, I don't even comment. See, one thing about the Big Time Show podcast, you can go back. I don't talk about no other team but the Dallas Cowboys. So I personally could care less what the 49ers do tonight, win or lose. If they lose, I ain't going to say nothing about it. If they win, I'm not going to say nothing about it. That's how I feel about it. I don't speak about my team. I don't, I despise the 49ers, but I ain't gonna talk about it. They beat us. So I mean, ain't nothing to talk about. I'm not a bandwagon trash talker. I don't like jumping on other teams' bandwagon and say, ha 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 ha, see what happened? No, I'm not gonna do that. So good luck to the 49ers tonight. I know who I want to win, but good luck to them. They can beat the Packers too if they play the game like I think they're gonna play. San Francisco can run the ball. So, and they've beaten the 49ers. I'm quite sure everybody's seen the history. They try to punch them in the mouth, and the Packers rarely answer. So just keep that in mind. They have the game that can beat Green Bay. Run the football, play defense. They can do both. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. Now, Marcel, you ain't hear me. Now I'm a realistic Cowboy fan. We just got to see how everything shake out. And Coach McCarthy is a big piece. Now, somebody said earlier in the chat, I believe my brother Gary, that said about Dan Quinn being the head coach. I personally, I would love it. I would. He has respect in that locker room. Um, the players love him. He would be a perfect head coach, and that's why I don't think Dan Quinn will be with us next year, because somebody else gonna hire him. What he did to the defense this year by turning them around, please understand he's gonna get opportunity, and it might be next year. So we might have to go to the drawing board. Now let's look at this real quick before I move to Dak Prescott. Let's look at this. There's a good chance that we may lose both coordinators this year. I'm quite sure that, hey, Tex on Podbean, I'm quite sure that in the back of Coach McCarthy's mind, because I feel like he's going to be the head coach anyway, I'm quite sure that he has somebody already in mind. I'm quite sure he does. I personally, if it's on me now, if we lose both of them, here's what I want. You may want something different. Here's what I want. What's up, E? I see you, man. This is what I want if both coordinators leave. And this is going to be on, because see, finally he gets to fully make his staff up. He didn't have a chance when he first got hired. He inherited Kellen Moore. Everybody else, he got a chance to do what he wanted to do. Jerry Jones said, you can have anything you want. But this guy right here staying. Now, you hear this lie that McCarthy is saying, I wanted Kellen Moore. I wanted Kellen Moore. Yeah, you had no choice. Because Jerry didn't want him to leave the building. He didn't. So I don't even want to hear that. Period. But here's my choice. If both coordinators go give me Mike Zimmer, who's already familiar with the organization because he coached there with Parcells. I would love him to be come back and let him run the defense, because if you know anything about Zimmer, he is a pretty good coordinator defensively. Minnesota's defenses have been very respectable. Okay, and then I want Mike McCarthy, since I feel like it's going to be his last year if he don't produce. At least go down swinging. Let him be the offensive coordinator. So you have McCarthy, that's experience. Mike Zimmer, that's experience. And I feel like that Mike Zimmer can build off of Dan Quinn. Zimmer would be perfect, actually. Mike Evans said, I'd rather have Brian Flores as what, Mike? Please don't say head coach. Because, see, you're going to carry me to another direction if that's what you're talking about. If you was talking about Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator, I would love that also. There's another name that's there that's also. I would love George Edwards. I would be very comfortable with George Edwards, who is on staff now. He's linebackers coach. He would be great too. What's up, Talib? He would be great also as a defensive coordinator. Exactly. Tech says on Podbean that if Quinn leaves, Tech says that Dan Quinn gonna take his players with him. So that mean maybe KZ. That may mean Curse. It's a downfall. Could leave with him. Okay. And I think that's worth investigating too. If Quinn leaves, it was Quinn who brought in Curse. It was Quinn who brought in KZ, all that kind of stuff. Mike said no, it's DC. Okay, Brian Flores is DC. I don't think that's gonna work, Mike, because I think Coach Flores has elevated himself that his job will be a head coaching job. I don't think that he will. He's on that level now. Nobody expected him to leave Miami. He says that they got to build around Michael Parsons. Now, since he's your best player right now, that's true. Coach Breedlove, what's up, man? Coach says hire Byron Leftwich. As what, Coach? as the offensive coordinator. I believe that's what you're saying, but Byron ain't going nowhere if Brady don't retire. If Brady does not retire, Leftwich will be right back in Tampa. And Leftwich is getting a lot of consideration. At least his name is being out there as also as a possible head coach. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see you saying OC. Only if Brady leaves. I mean, if Brady leaves, then yeah, Leftwich might as well, you know. Jim Caldwell would be an excellent DC here. But Mike, again, Coach Caldwell is not stepping down a notch, which I don't understand why he has not gotten any type of inquiry since he left Indianapolis. But that's how it is with. Let me stop. That's how it is with with certain type of coaches. Let me just put it like that. Okay. 1 year as OC, then head coach. Head coach of who? Coach Breedlove. I know good and well. See, Coach, I think you just come here trying to mess with me because you know you be trying to push me out there so I can go and say what you know what I'm thinking. 1 year as OC of the Dallas Cowboys. He's talking about Leftwich. And then head coach. I know you ain't talking about Coach, don't start. Coach, I know good and well you're not talking about Byron Leftwich being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I know you're not saying that. I know you're not. You making me laugh now. Yeah, exactly. Coach Breedlove say them boys, you know better, Coach. You know better. You know better. And it ain't got nothing to do with it. Look, and it don't have nothing to do with Byron Leftwich's knowledge of the game because he knows the game. You know good and well that Jerry Jones would not hire a Byron Leftwich type. You understand what I'm saying? That not as head coach, you won't. No, sir. You know better than that. Okay, Tex says Jerry will stick with his guys till they have wasted away seasons. That's where that loyalty part comes in, Tex. You're absolutely right. I talked about that the last show. Coach Breedlove said, hey, no one thought Quincy Carter would be quarterback. Well, but check it out, though, Coach Breedlove. That's the difference. That wasn't the choice of Jerry Jones. That was the choice of Bill Parcells, who had control. See what I'm saying? Parcells had control. That's what Jerry don't like. Because please understand, if I remember right, Vinny Testaverde was on that team too, if I remember right. And please understand, Jerry probably wanted Vinny to start before Quincy. I'm gonna get Quincy on my show too. I've been talking about him for a while. We conversate, and Quincy has said he would come on the show. I think he will bring a very interesting perspective to this. I really believe. Yeah, I'm gonna get Q on here. Would y'all like to see Quincy on here and let's talk to him? I believe I can get. I believe I might get Q on here and we'll have a nice talk. And they see Quincy ain't scared to ask no questions, so Quincy ain't worried about saving face and all that. Even though he was on one show, I think he was with West Cowboy. Quincy, he was with Cowboy, and then we asked him a question. And the Dallas Cowboys actually sent him a letter after West Coast show. Can y'all believe that? They didn't like the answer that he got, and I don't know if the Cowboys are paying Q any type of money or some type of, I don't know, but they sent him a letter, so they let you know that they're listening. To leave, say, what is he doing these days? Q is Q runs camps, quarterback camps. Pretty well known guy. You guys ought to pull him up on Facebook. He's there. Quincy, I think Quincy Lavon Carter is his name, and you'll see what he's been doing. Q is a great guy. I'm thinking about I need to bring Q on here because he has a lot of knowledge. Whatever angle you want to come up with. What is it like to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys? He definitely can answer that. What is it like to be a black quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys? Oh my God. Uh, oh my goodness. I mean, he has a perspective. What is it like to be under the ownership of the Jones family? I think so he can give a perspective that only he could give because y'all forgive me, but I don't remember another black quarterback uh, starting for years in Dallas other than him, other than Dak, of course. All right. So I don't know. I'm gonna get Q on here. Matter of fact, I'm going to get with him. I'm gonna see. Matter of fact, can I do this? Cedric Moore, here come the 49er fans. 49er fans last we talked Cowboys all year, Cedric. So we said this is my little bro there. Good luck to y'all tonight. Y'all beat us, so I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. So y'all good luck tonight. That's all I can say to you. I'm gonna tag Quincy now and see if he'll come in real quick. I just did it there. Let's see if Quincy, he'll know who I am. Let's see if Q, I don't know what he doing. Appreciate you saying. Good luck tonight. Somebody says Sean Payton will work with Jerry, but I don't believe Harbaugh will want to be with a guy like Jerry. To be honest with you, Tex, guys like you just named, Sean Payton, guys like Harbaugh, in order to even pull him from Michigan, you're gonna have to give up something. And what Harbaugh gonna want, Jerry Jones don't want to give up. So we can cancel Harbaugh. I would love to have Harbaugh as a coach. All right, no doubt about that. Sean Payton, my God, what would the Cowboys have to give up to because he's under contract? And there have been a trade for a coach before. But what would the Cowboys have to give up to give Sean Payton? That's if Sean want to come here. And again, if you're gonna get a Sean Payton, you got to give up something. And again, Jerry ain't giving up any type of power to coaches. We already know that. Oh yeah, you got to pay. Coach said, Breela, pay the ransom to get Mike Tomlin from the hated Steelers. Coach Breela, I like it. And Lord knows he's a Hall of Fame coach. But again, the day that I see, and y'all forgive me if if I have Caucasian people here, I'm sorry. This is just my belief. I'm sorry. We all family here. But the day that I see a black man under Jerry Jones be the head coach of the Cowboys, I believe I'd be dead and gone to heaven. That's all I can say. And they ain't got nothing to do with football. It's just, I done listened to Jerry for years. I done seen how he respond to issues, black concern issues, and I listened and I saw it. The Kaepernick deal, the Black Lives Little Matter stuff, and all that. The protests. I heard Jerry Jones. It just took those type of situations to pull out his real, his feelings, and I may have misinterpreted, but Yeah, I would do that. I'm trying to get him in here now if I can. I'm gonna see if he'll pop in here. Who knows? And I actually want him to come in here because I'm going to talk about Dak Prescott. And some of y'all and Coach Bree Love, I'm going to tell you, you're gonna be mad. So just keep praying for your boy and keep hanging with me. Let me. I'm trying to message him. Let me see. Let me get him in here. Yeah. I'm finna bring him in here. I'm gonna get Q on here. I promise y'all guys. I open up phone lines and everything. I just messaged him out. Of course, I don't know what he's doing, but like I said, he may show up. Who knows? But I'm about to talk about Dak Prescott, and I know this is where the divide line is about to happen. But I'm coming from a slightly different approach. Slightly different approach. It's not gonna be as what you think it is. Let me say this. Let me start it off this way about Dak Prescott. Other than Tom Brady, who was a 6th-round draft pick, other than Tom Brady, who was a 6th-round draft pick, show me a quarterback that was drafted in the 4th round and has outplayed Dak Prescott. I started off that way. Or let's take it this way. If you had to draft or redraft his draft class, one thing is for sure, and I'm quite sure everybody will agree with me on this. Dak Prescott would not be drafted in the 4th round again. As a matter of fact, Dak Prescott, if we redrafted this thing, his draft class, Dak Prescott would be a top 5 pick in the 1st round. Let's get that out the way. Okay? Let's get that out the way. However, here is the problem with Dak Prescott, and it is not his fault. It is the Jones family. It is the fan base fault. Why am I saying this? Dak Prescott was drafted in the 4th round, but because he is playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and because the Dallas Cowboys are America's team, and because the Dallas Cowboys are on TV every week, and because the Dallas Cowboys dominate the media, it's just like the Cowboys lost. You ain't heard nothing about Philadelphia and Pittsburgh losing. All you heard about the Cowboys losing. This whole week, they still talking about the Cowboys lost. I mean, that's all they're talking about. You ain't heard nothing about Philly. You ain't heard nothing about the Raiders. You ain't heard nothing about nobody. You just all you hear about Dallas, First Take, Undisputed, ESPN, Fox. Nothing but the Cowboys. Here's the problem, y'all. He was drafted in the 4th round, but the fan base and the Jones family have put the overall number 1 draft pick expectations on him. That's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. We act like that Dak Prescott is the number 1 overall draft pick, and he has these expectations, and really, when it boils down to it, you drafted in the 4th round. Now, surely, again, I say, he does not play like a 4th-round quarterback. Okay? He does not. He does not. He does not. He's good, and he's had some better than good moments. Okay? But here's the truth. Coach Bree Love, this is where I know you finna crank it up on me a little bit. He is not. He just hasn't taken advantage of the chances of elite moments. That's what the problem is. One of the problems. He just has not done it. Isaiah Thomas, I told you guys this before, and I guess it bears repeating here. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, the Hall of Fame basketball player of Detroit Pistons, said it like this, and it applies just about to every sport. He said that the difference between the good and the great players is that the good players were presented with elite moments, and in those elite moments, they took advantage of it. And they had enough elite moments that they took advantage of that it changed the narrative about him. And now they say that he's a great player. Dak Prescott has had opportunities in the regular season and in the playoffs where he has been presented some elite moments or a chance for him to take his narrative, at least, to the other level. He hasn't produced it. That's the truth. Can he do it? Things got to be right for it to happen. But he has not taken advantage of the elite moments that have been presented to him. What we're seeing is the same movie. What we're seeing is when the Cowboys play flat, whether it's the regular season or in the playoffs, what we see is usually they come out incredibly flat. They get way behind. Dak, because they start playing off, start getting these numbers and pulls them back in to make the score look respectable and sometimes even get real close. But at the end of the game, we still end up with the L. That's usually the movie of Dak Prescott. We saw it. Against the 49ers. 23-7. We come back. We close it to a 1-score game, down by 6 points. The Cowboys have the ball with over 3.5 minutes left. I believe it was 4 minutes. Dak Prescott has the ball in his hands. Those are the elite moments that you get presented in a game. Then take advantage of it. It's the same narrative that Tony Romo had. Tony Romo had plenty of opportunities, many opportunities to at least change the narrative. He couldn't win the big one. He couldn't win when it was all the chips were pushed to the table. He couldn't do it. It's almost the same thing with Dak. Now, there's an argument, however, that can be made, obviously, that is a team game. That is 100% the truth. It's 100% the truth. It is. It's 100% the truth. It's a team game. However, we've all have seen quarterbacks in the last few moments of the game or in the last quarter or the last 5 to 6 minutes of the game put their teams on their back and say, let's ride. We've seen it, y'all. We've seen it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Peyton Manning. Oh, my God. I mean, it's numerous, too many, that when they got the ball with 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, you knew they were going to get the job done. You knew it. How many times have we said this? Some team gets up on Brady in the last two minutes, and then when they score, they look at the clock and it's about 1:50 left. The first thing everybody says is they left too much time on the clock for Brady. Not for the team, for Brady. Same thing with Rodgers. Same thing with Breeze. Dak has not changed that narrative about himself. You're not scared of Dak in the last 3 minutes of a game like you scared of Brady and all that. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not scared of them. I know. I don't forget the last 3 minutes. Watch this, y'all. Coach, you still in here? All you guys that watch film and coach, your expertise probably could help out here with your comments here about what I'm getting ready to say now. They're not even scared of that. Look how they played them, the last six weeks of the year. Stuff you would never do to some certain quarterback. They dropped a two-share. Coach, help me. Coach Breelove, help me. They dropped up. They showed a two-share high safety look. All right. And they dropped, their front. Teams depended on their front four to get enough pressure, and they dropped 7. So in other words, they were running a zone. Okay. There are some quarterbacks in this league that you would dare not put a zone over because they're gonna carve you up. Yeah, I mean, I can go with the names, and y'all should know the names, so I ain't gonna even do that. You wouldn't dare put a zone and give guys, some type of guys, all this time and let them just eat you alive. They did that to Dak because they feel like he couldn't beat the zone, and he didn't. And he didn't. That was disrespectful to me. I thought it was. When you got the type of receivers that we have, and you gonna just automatically drop 7, and you're gonna stand in a zone and let Dak just eat you alive, didn't happen. It didn't happen. Thank you, Coach. I'm glad my coach in here because and please understand he knows the game. I'm gonna put his comment up. Coach says that's because of tendency. We throw short on 3rd down and we run on 2nd and long. That's why we're always in 3rd and long. Michael, coach, and everybody's opinion here is right. I believe Coach Breelove is on target. Michael Evans says this. He's saying then that's on Kellen Moore for running all receiving the cover 4 defense and not taking underneath throws. They want the big play. Who is that really on though, Mike? You're right. Who is that really on though? Is that on Kellen Moore? Because when the ball is snapped, that is on your quarterback then. See, if you remember, here's the difference. And I know we don't watch the Chiefs, but that was the look that the Chiefs were getting early on in the season. And then all of a sudden it hit Mahomes. I can't make this ESPN top 10 play with Hill and Kelsey every trip. I need to start throwing underneath. That's what turned the Chiefs around this season. That's why Mahomes ain't had no gaudy numbers because he finally figured it out. He played Brady type ball. That's what he did. What has Tom Brady done? How has he made his living? Throwing the ball to running backs, throwing little short screen passes, and then throwing it to the tight end. He really, when he was in New England, it was always Julian Edelman. Before then, it was Welker. Before, it really wasn't wide receivers, except that year, of course, when he had Randy Moss. The big play stuff was out. He was always throwing short, slants, all that kind of. That's what Brady did. That's how he made his living. I don't get it. Coach Breelove says two safety look tells you that the hook curl zone is open. If you want to go deep, you must have a post corner combination. That's true. But we weren't even running hooks. We weren't running that, coach. We were running, my God, we were trying to run digs in the middle. Well, when I say digs, that's a route, not Trayvon Diggs. We were running dig routes in the middle. We were throwing seam routes to primarily to the tight end. We wasn't really no back coming out the backfield running, and at this point, Ziggy Elliott couldn't shake nobody anyway. So that was it. Now Pollard would have been incredible out of that. You ask me. Okay, so it is mind boggling to me how it's just mind boggling. Now exactly. So I don't know the route combinations of the thing. I had to go back and look, but the routes for us dropping the zone back should have been better called. And yes, that does have something to do with Kellen Moore, but they didn't respect that. They wouldn't dare do that to Brady, Rodgers. I mean, I can give you some more names. They wouldn't do that. I even go crazy. They wouldn't even do that to Matthew Stafford. They wouldn't do that to Stafford. I even say this. They wouldn't do that to Justin Herbert. You putting one-on-one with guys like Joe Burrow and Chase. I mean, come on now. Well, you leaving one-on-one. Mari Cooper didn't even get double teamed. The cornerbacks was laying off almost 10 yards. As Coach Breedlove said earlier, that's the hook route. I mean, just run a hard 8 yards and come back to the ball. It was wide open every trip. Michael Evans said exactly. Michael Evans said, Troy Aikman said it, that if they ran that against him, Michael Evans had almost 15 catches by halftime. I don't get it. I don't get it. They didn't even respect that. See, when you don't have that means you're not really scared of the quarterback at all. You're daring him to throw. Actually, they want Dak to throw. They just didn't want the Cowboys to start running. They're saying, look, we don't believe Dak Prescott can beat us. We do believe that y'all running game can. We'll take our chance with Dak Prescott. And these are the differences between that group there. There are some things that they will never do. Watch this tonight, for instance. Watch this tonight. I guarantee you the 49ers won't be doing that tonight. Why? Because they know number 12 play for the Green Bay Packers. And they ain't nowhere in the world. They finna drop 7 and let Aaron Rodgers eat them alive. No way. They gonna come at him. They gonna take their chance on man-to-man coverage. It's because of the respect they have for the quarterback. That's just the truth. The 49ers will not be in zone to share high safety look the whole game. It ain't gonna happen. Not tonight. If they do, Green Bay gonna score 40 points tonight. Okay? I guarantee you that. That's not gonna happen. It's about the respect of the quarterback. And where they don't have it for Dak. And so I'm saying this about Dak. He is good. I'd be a fool to say he's not. He's just not great. And you can win a Super Bowl with just a good quarterback. You can. You can win a lot of games with a good quarterback. You just can't. It's gonna take something to get you over the next level. Dak Prescott is reminding me more. Let me say this. I ain't say he was this, and I'm not saying this person I'm finna call is better than Dak. But his game is reminding me more of an Alex Smith type quarterback rather than one of the top 3 or 4 guys. We all want him to be, on that level, but his game really is not like that. He's more of a game manager. See, that was I'll give you a perfect example, and I'll let it alone because I feel some of y'all don't get mad at me. There was a quarterback in Seattle, which is Russell Wilson. When Russell first started out, the Seattle Seahawks won with Russell Wilson. Something changed, however, and then it changed from winning with Russell Wilson, and a lot of games Seattle won was because of Russell Wilson. That's the elevation that I'm talking about. Like, if nothing else works, can you elevate the team and take everybody over the cliff? When Russell first started out, and I know he had a great defense, I get all that, I get it, but they were winning with Russell Wilson. Now they win because of Russell Wilson. There's the difference. I have seen some games that I've seen Dak do that, but his game is really not designed. Really, or our team is not built up for Dak to be an MVP candidate. That's not the way that our team really is built. It's built like that in Seattle because Russell is really the only option. They really, the running backs are all right, but they're really not known. They're not no Pro Bowl running backs at all. Our team is designed to run, play action pass. To be honest with you, if Dak throw the ball under 30 times, you're very happy about that because you know that the running game works. When Dak throws for 35 plus times, that ain't what you want. Not because he's going to make a whole bunch of mistakes. What that lets you know is that he has to shoulder the team, and the way that the play calling is designed and the route concepts are running, we're not built for that. There's okay, Corey Field. I see you, Coach. I got to check him out. I need to pull some tape on him. Oh, I know who you talking about. You know what? I just looked at South Carolina. I didn't see you say South Carolina State. I've seen that kid play. The competition is different, but he's very talented. But again, Coach, he ain't gonna get his proper respect. And you're right, he's just a sophomore, and he's gonna get better. But he gotta put up Steve McNair Alcorn State numbers to get the attention of that's how it is with us. I knew it was Coco. They beat Dion and Jackson State. I saw him. Oh, he can do it. He can do it, Coach. I already know. I know what you're talking about. I watched the game. I saw him. That was my first time seeing him. I was very impressed with him. But guys like that, Coach, you already know. He's just a sophomore. So he got a little time, but it's gonna be hard, They won't give it. Oh yeah, they y'all, you coach them now. Oh, you coach them or you coaching them now? Or you training them? Oh, he a bad boy. He a bad boy. Oh, ain't no doubt about it, Coach. I like the kid. He can do it. So, you coached him in high school. Okay. You coached a good one. He a bad boy. He's a bad boy. I like him. I'm gonna be interested to see because I believe Dion gonna have to see him again. You know what I'm saying? I believe South Carolina State is gonna be right back there, and I think Jackson State is gonna win the SWAC again, and they probably gonna meet up again for the championship next year. He's different. But Dak, Mike said with the person that is on this roster, they want this team to be a big play offense, nothing underneath. They want to push the ball downfield with the passing game with receivers that can take the top off in the defense. Mike, but here's the problem though, and you probably are 100% right. Like I said before, there's no right or wrong answer here. But check this out: in order to throw the ball down the field, you got to have a throw down the field quarterback. That's not Dak. I know I'm hurting somebody's feelings, but that's not Dak. Dak's game has always been the short, intermediate, as we like to call it, dink and doinking. Oh, Coach, I see that. I was coming. I'm coming. Um, that's Dak's. He's proficient in that. If you tell Dak to throw the slant, he's one of the best at it. Tell him to throw a little short slant, he's good at that. If you tell him to throw in the seams, he's good at that too. If you tell him to run an out, a wide receiver to run a 10-yard out, that's where we might have a little problems. I'm not saying he's not accurate or anything. I'm saying that's just not his game. You don't see our wide receiver running, a lot of out routes, 15-yard out, 12-yard. We don't see that. He's gotten better with his deep ball. I'll say that compared to what he was. And let me say this: Dak has gotten better every year. He's progressed every year. The question is, does he have another gear? Because it's going to take another gear for us to win the Super Bowl. It is. I guess I'll come on around the corner now, Coach Bree Love. Our offensive line is getting older. The window is closing. We're getting older. And I guess what Coach Bree Love is insinuating, and he's going 100% right, is that, of course, if your old line is trash, you can't do nothing anyway. So that goes back to Jerry Jones now. When are you going to look in the mirror and tell the truth? Your offensive line is not elite. See, we living off the old days, talking about old line. Travis Frederick ain't here no more. Zach Martin is an all-pro. He's still legit. He still got some more years. Tyron Smith is a shell of himself. How he made the Pro Bowl, I don't know how he made it. How? He ain't been on the field. How he make the Pro Bowl? There was one publication that had him as an all-pro this year. How in the world did he do that? So you're living off reputation. And reputation gonna get your butt kicked. Like we got it handed to us. He's a shell of himself. He's not that guy. We're not that offensive line anymore. Connor Williams is horrible. Tyler is not strong enough. Connor Williams definitely ain't strong enough. Tyron Smith is a shell of himself. Lyle Collins is not progressing. He's slowly but surely regressing. Zach is pretty much the only solid guy on this offensive line. Everything else is questionable. So we're not the offensive line that we are. And of course, you don't have offensive line, like coach is insinuating. I know that's what he's doing. You can't do anything. But I'm still saying this. And forgive me. Yeah. Nate Tournay or Eric Williams or none of that. We ain't got that. We don't have that. We talk like they are, but they really not. And they ain't just started this year. It's been this way for the last 2 years or so. It's not what it is. And we have to address that. But if you telling me that we line it up with the same 5 next year, it's not looking good. Gary said, and this is true. Let me put up my brother Gary here. Did y'all know this? Because I saw it myself. He said, I don't believe nothing Jerry Jones said. Pro Football Focus voted our guys the best offensive line in football based on greater performances per game. Then they totaled these out and averaged it over 17 game season. Pro Football Focus, the publication that everybody uses, said that their best offensive line, the Dallas Cowboys. I can't tell. Come on now. See what I'm saying? They're not the best offensive line in football. Not even close. Not even close. I don't know how they grading. I don't know if they grade with their eyes closed or maybe they grading from Madden football on PlayStation or Xbox. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they grading the offensive line on PlayStation 5. I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see Coach Breedlove. Listen to me. I would love to see Mark Colombo come back. See, when Colombo was offensive line coach, one thing that I did notice about the offensive line, and I know it was a couple years ago, they were mauling people. I'm talking about aggressive, knock you off your block. And that's what we need. I ain't saying Feebleman was doing wrong. See, sometimes we just got to admit, look, we're older. We're not those guys anymore. We're not. And then of course that goes back to coaching again. For instance, like at this point, Terrence Steele is a better right tackle than Lyle Collins. See, if I had my wish, I'll do this. You know. And you got to talk to Lyle Collins, but Lyle Collins should have been moved to guard, left guard, and you should have let Terrence Steele take over right tackle. I would have took my chances with that. Because see, Lyle, I don't know if he's injured or whatever the case may be, but it's hard for him to move now. There are people that's beating him easily. And I'm thinking that he's not 100%. I'm still thinking that he's hurting or whatever, but he got his butt kicked. He did. Lyle Collins played guard at LSU. He was mauling people. He was destroying people. Matter of fact, Lyle Collins had played guard for the Dallas Cowboys when he first got here. He can do the job. He can maul people. I would have left Terrence Steele at right tackle, moved Lyle Collins to guard, got Connor Williams out of there, let him be a swing tackle because he really played tackle in college. He didn't play guard. He too small. He not strong enough. It's just common sense to me, but as my grandmother used to say, common sense is not common. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Okay. But all of these factors, Callahan is a good one too, Gary. You're right. Wherever Callahan goes, the offensive line becomes way better. That would be good. But at some point, guess what? Your quarterback, when everything go wrong, because see, I haven't seen too many quarterbacks do it. And here's the other thing that we Cowboy fans, unfortunately for Dak, he can't escape this. When he signed his name on the dotted line with the contract that he got, it automatically put him in position to get blasted when he don't perform. That just come along with the territory. It does. And it is what it is. There's expectations that come with that type of money. See, I when it comes to Dak Prescott, I've always said it. Jerry Jones really didn't want Dak Prescott to be where he is. He had no choice. If y'all remember right, Tony Romo hurt himself in preseason. Kellen Moore, who was the second quarterback, broke his leg. And Dak Prescott got thrown into the fire as a rookie, and he performed. But how did we play it? They protected him by running the football, and he could do some stuff, and they won a whole bunch of games. Jerry Jones didn't want Dak Prescott to be the guy. If he had his way, Tony Romo would have been the guy. He was forced. Dak Prescott was forced on Jerry Jones. I really never believed that he believed in him. Some of me still believe it. You know why I keep saying that? Here we go again. And I appreciate all y'all hanging with me. Here we go again. See, Dak has got to change this narrative. Yeah, I'm talking football Friday kind of guy. Appreciate you joining in. Yeah, I don't know if you're still here, but whatever. See, Daddy's got to change his narrative. He's got to do this, Coach. Bree Love, you still here? He got to change it. Here's the narrative that you always hear about Dak Prescott. You hear about his leadership. You hear about how great of a leader he is. You hear about how good he is in the community. You hear about all that outside stuff. But you don't hear anything about him between the lines, do you? No. See, that's the narrative that got to change. He's not. Yeah, exactly, Mike. He wanted Paxton Lynch. He didn't want Dak Prescott. He wanted that guy from Michigan State. Who was that? Cooper. Not Cooper. Oh my God, what was that kid name? That he ain't playing no more. Oh, the kid from Michigan State. Mm-hmm. It'll come to me in a minute. But Dak's intangibles, as they love to say, sooner or later we got to see his tangibles on the field because his tangibles got to take over. There it was, Connor Cook. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Gary. They wanted Connor Cook, remember? That's what they wanted. They didn't want that. He was just sitting there. But anyway, Dak's tangibles at some point on the football field has got to take over this intangibles that we always hear about. They ain't done it yet. They talk about him all. That's all you hear. He's a great leader. He's a great kid. He does the right thing. He says the right thing. He's perfect with the media, except what he did last week. That's the only blemish. He's great. He's a matter of fact. Look for the Cowboys. He's a Man of the Year, NFL Man of the Year candidate this year. By the book, good corporate type dude. Kind of guy that you want in your friend. For your franchise. But sooner or later, that narrative got to change. Like this kid is a killer on the field. This guy will carve you up. This guy is a born winner. This guy. This is what we ain't hearing. All we hear about is people will run through the wall for Dak. People was they love him. They love him and all that. He does the right thing. Look, okay, good. I ain't hearing nothing about it. I don't hear that same vigor. I don't hear that same fire when it started talking. When you say, "Well, talk about Dak on the field," yeah, it don't match up. That's what's got to change. Hey, y'all may not like it, but I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not hearing that. I hear about how great he is. He signed the kids' autographs. I get that. Okay. Okay, I get all that. All right, Coach. Thank you for hanging with me. I hear all that. I just ain't hearing nothing about on the field. Though. That's the narrative that has to change. Can it change? Dak is gonna work his butt off. You can't question his work ethic. He works. He's a worker. But when you get that type of money, you must bring some results in. And the finger is going to point to you. The same finger that points to Brady, the same, you don't hear nothing about what Tampa's defense let them down. Tampa Bay's defense raised the game. You don't hear that about Brady. All you hear is say, wow, Brady did it again. Brady, not the Bucks. Not the Bucks. They say Brady tonight. If the Packers lose tonight, you're going to hear about how Aaron Rodgers didn't get the job done. Not the Packers. Aaron Rodgers. Or if the Packers win, you're going to hear how great Aaron Rodgers is. That's what come along with the territory. You want to be quote unquote elite. You take the glory when you win, and you also fall on the sword when you lose. Ain't nobody pointing at offensive line. Ain't nobody pointing at Zeke didn't get the ball. Ain't nobody pointing at the defense. They pointing straight to the quarterback. They do. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Gary said Dak is a company man. You can't live off being a Boy Scout leader type of guy forever. You gotta produce. That's being a leader. He ain't no different than Cam Newton, except Cam out here dressing like Mother Jefferson. Yeah. Hey, Miss Ty, I see you on Podbean. Who is this also? Constance B. Hey, Constance B, if you're listening, thank you for listening in. See, you can't hide. The contract takes the blinders off. See, it does. He's not the only one. Mahomes, the spotlight. When you don't hear them about Kansas City lost it. No. The first name come out there out of everybody's mouth is Mahomes. Win or lose. Josh Allen, same way with Buffalo. You don't hear nothing about Buffalo defense. The first thing you hear is about how well Josh Allen played or he didn't play. That's what comes when you get paid like that. Dak Prescott is no different. And you can't hide. The honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is over for Dak Prescott. It's over. He gonna take the blame. And if he come out here and he's getting paid top 3 quarterback money, because the organization feel like, and they said it, we feel like he's the franchise guy. You even heard Jared say it for the first time, even though I don't feel like he really believe what he's saying, but he's saying we believe Dak Prescott can win us a Super Bowl. That's what he said now. I don't know. I don't know if he really believes it. Dak Prescott honeymoon is over. He should he's gonna take the blame. Because see, when the team's right, there's an expectation when the team is down that the quarterback has to lift them up. That's what's expected out of Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, Peyton Manning back in the day, Mahomes now, Herbert now, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow right now. All these guys in the playoffs. Can the other than maybe Jimmy G, can the quarterback pick us up when we are down? That's the question. And there's some that in fan base say, yeah, we believe Dak can do it, but it's not unanimous. There are some that believe Dak can't get the job done. Ain't nobody questioning Brady or Rodgers or, these guys. You know they can get the job done. That's still their question mark. That's why the tangibles have got to start outshining all these intangibles that Dak got. Show me where I get all you the great man off the field. Please show me something on the field. Not saying it happened. I'm talking about when the money is on the line, when the chips are down, and you got to go ahead and push all them chips to the table, middle of the table. You got to show me something. This is the area where Dak has to go to the next level. Jagger said, why when the question was asked to JJ about Tank and Amari production that JJ ignored Tank and started giving a false narrative about Amari. JJ is a liar. The whole organization is a clown show. Dak, Boy Junior, the OC, Kellen Moore, you talking about. All them guys are protected and can't do no wrong. Even Tola Pollard was frozen out of games. Exactly. Putting all these curtains in front of them. No, we're going to pull the curtain back here. Spotlight is on, like every other major quarterback. Spotlight is on you. What did you do when your team was down? Bottom line. Was you able to take your game to the next gear and get it going? That's what we expect out of the big boys. Same thing with that. You good, Wendy. You're right. You good. You're a Dak Prescott lover. And I am too, but somebody got to tell the truth. Somebody got to tell the truth. You can't keep glossing over what you see. You can't act like you don't see what's really going on. He has not, and we are 6 years in with him now. And like I said, his work ethic is great. He has progressed every year. And let's just be honest, the man threw 37 touchdowns. I think he had 10 interceptions. I mean, any organization would love that. But there's so much more expectation with this franchise when you have this type of roster. Certainly, the expectation is not a one and done. So you can't do that. You can't. Not with this roster. You can't. You can't. Mike said Dak can do everything right and still won't be enough for some of these people. I agree. Dak could throw for 50 touchdowns. Somebody gonna say he should have threw 51. That's just the truth. Wendy said he's been through hell. Personally, he has. No doubt about it. Wendy, but what I'm gonna say is if that's affecting his game, sit down somewhere. Well, I'm not making any excuses because he didn't. He doesn't make excuses. That's why I'm not gonna make no excuses for him. All I'm seeing is the same narrative. When the big game comes up, the Cowboys always come out flat. We come out and get behind double digits. And then Dak some kind of way brings the team back, gets us close, or at least make the score look respectable. And then the chips come down, and then you got the moment that you can come back. We had it with the 49ers, I said. We came back. We was down 6. The Dak Prescott had the football with about 4 minutes or coming up on 3 minutes and something left. He had the football. This is the moment. This is where you change the narrative. Got us close and then get us over the hump. That's what I'm used to seeing. Green Bay Packers playoff game, get way behind, come back, get real close, heartbroken at the end. I've seen it. Green Bay again, heartbroken, get behind, come out flat, does it, come back, heartbreak at the end. See, he's had the moments. He's had the moments. He has. He's had the moments where he could change his narrative. Just ain't took advantage of. He hasn't. I know it hurts some of y'all, but it's just the truth. He's gotten better. He gets better every single year. He gets better every single year. I don't want y'all thinking that he has progressed every single year. He has. He has gotten better every single year. But what it has remained the same is when we have these big games coming up, Tampa Bay, first game of the year, guess what? Get down, make the score real close, lose at the end. Kansas City game, get down, chance to try to come back, can't make the big play. New England game, he did. He won in overtime, okay? I'll give you that one. Arizona game. Get down. Time to step up the offense. Nowhere to be found. Kyler Murray destroyed us. Offense couldn't get nothing going. These are the moments where it just seemed like it's the same movie. Same movie scene, same result every trip. Playoff game against San Francisco, get far behind. Dak makes the game look respectable, come back. You have the moment. Bottom line, short end of the stick when it's all said and done. This is the same movie. It ain't just started this year. We can go back. The Cowboys have always had one of the most talented rosters ever. But the Cowboys always make the playoffs one year, skip 2 years, then finally make it back in the third. They skip 1 year, 2 years, and then it's too inconsistent. Exactly. See, this is the truth. Right? You may not like it, but and Mike says everybody else got to do their job too. That's true. But what Gary's saying is not false now. He said you can't bring up his personal story when he's 15 for 30 for 147 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Come on, fellas, stop making excuses for the guy. See, that's the truth too. And when you're getting paid the money that he has, please understand your expectations go up automatically, whether it's fair or justified or whatever. When Lamar Jackson gets paid with his contract, the expectations are getting ready to go up. When Baker Mayfield, he's about due too. When he gets paid, the expectations are going to go up. It went up for every quarterback. The expectations are going up for Dak Prescott. And if he's not on that level, then Cowboy fans, here it is, because we're the ones that built them up. It's the media and the Cowboy fan base who have put these expectations on this guy when he just may not be on that level. But there's an expectation that he is on that level. And that's what the letdown is, because everybody keeps saying he's elite and he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. And what you're not seeing is the top 5 type production. You're not. You're not. It is the people's fault. And the expectations are very high. Not when everybody's saying that this man is only supposed to throw the ball maybe 25 times a game. That tells me that's game manager. That tells me that your running game got to be special. That tells me you don't want the guy. I wish the Green Bay Packers would have Aaron Rodgers on throwing the ball 24, 25 times. No, the expectation coming into the game is that Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball at least dang near 40 times a game. It's just the truth. Why? Because you put the ball in the hands of your best player. You let him do what he does best. That's why Rodgers throw the ball so much, because he's the best player. On our team, we're saying let Ezekiel run it for 25 times, which ain't never going to happen. Let Pollard get it 12, 13 times. Let Dak Prescott only have 27 pass attempts for 220 yards. But have 3 touchdowns. That's what we want with that. We don't want that with 350 yards and 400-yard games. We don't want that for that. That ain't what we want. We want him to get 3 touchdowns. Yeah. We want him to have 3 touchdowns, but we only want that in mixed up with 220 yards. That's just the truth. But the Cowboy fans have treated that like he's a number 1 overall draft pick, which was wrong. And we had these heightened expectations for him, and that has put a lot of pressure on the man, making him, and when he don't produce, the fan base goes completely off. And in some cases, justifiably so. We need to lower our expectations because there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. We confused it. Dak Prescott is more of a game manager type quarterback rather than being on that side of eliteness where you just dominate as a quarterback. With the last thing we say about Dak Prescott is he is a dominant quarterback because he's not. I'm just telling the truth, y'all. Y'all don't want to talk to me, but it's just the truth. He's not on that type of level. His game is not that type of level. We don't want it. Let me say this. Dak Prescott should never be an MVP candidate because the way that the Cowboys want to run offense is designed that he should never be an MVP candidate. He should rarely get over 300 yards passing because they don't want him to throw the ball like that. Y'all see what I'm saying? We got to lower our expectations. We got to lower our expectations when it comes to that. Even though he got the money. You can have the money, but you just not you're not that type of guy. It's just the truth. He's a good player that have had some elite moments. He's just not elite consistently. He's had games where he done went off. We've seen it. We're not denying that. Not at all. He's had some elite moments. But in order to win the Super Bowl, you're going to have to be elite constantly. If you're going to get past it's kind of like Jimmy G the other year when they played the Chiefs and they were running the ball like crazy and the defense was on fire. I said that whole year, everybody celebrating the 49ers. I said sooner or later, the game is going to demand that Jimmy G produces. And it just so happened to be in this Super Bowl, and Jimmy G couldn't produce. So you can depend on your running game only so long. What happened when the defense ain't on point? What happened when your running back can't run? The quarterback got to pick the team up. That's what we had a lot of this year. We all know we ain't hardly run the ball. And what we found out is that in the big games, we had some in the regular season, and we had some, of course, that won the playoff game. We didn't get it. But everybody want to talk about how great a leader he is, and he is. Everybody want to talk about how nice of a guy he is, and he is. You know, he's engaged. You know, he's dating Warren Buffett's granddaughter. You know, everybody want to talk about his girlfriend. Okay, that's good. Everybody want to talk about how he is in the community. Okay, that's good. Everybody want to talk about he's the NFL Man of the Year candidate. Okay, that's good. Okay. I'm still waiting on Between the Lines, though. I'm still waiting on it. And sooner or later, we're going to have to tell the truth. It's almost kind of like the D-Law type stuff. You know, D-Law get 20 sacks, and then the next year, he get 5 sacks. And then the next year, he get 5 sacks. And then the D-Law fans come out and say, well, he got a lot of pressures. No, you didn't get your $20 million a year for pressures. No, sir. You didn't get $20 million for being a good run defender. No. That's not why D-Law got paid that contract. D-Law got his contract because he was putting quarterbacks on the ground. That's how you get that type of money. You don't get money just because of pressures and no. And you had the D-Law apologists who made excuses for D-Law all them years. When I was looking for most of us was looking for D-Law on a missing persons report because he never showed up in the game. Like, okay, we paying you $20 million a year, man. Oh my God, you on the field. I know you might be a little hurt, but please, we paying you $20 million a year now. You got to do more than 5 sacks. You got to. That's why we paid you. You got to do better than that. Well, if that be the case, then you got to do the same thing with Dak Prescott then. Somebody going to throw out Amari Cooper. Well, Amari Cooper's game is tied to Dak Prescott. So, see what I'm saying? So if you're going to judge D-Law like that, you got to judge that. You got to. You ain't got no choice. All right, I'm done. Because see, y'all don't like me today. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm good. Again, this is my perspective. It may not be right. Or, it's just my perspective. Some of you are not going to agree with it. It's okay. But sooner or later, we just got to tell the truth. You got to tell the truth. All right. Thank you, Wendy. You got to tell the truth. It is what it is. There's expectations. And when they are not met, fingers get pointed everywhere. And Dak Prescott deserves some fingers pointed at him, just like Jerry Jones, just like Coach McCarthy. He gets no passes. There's an expectation to come with it. That's the truth. All right. Now, if y'all ain't too mad at me, it'll be all right. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Definitely Tuesday. Listen, if you're on Podbean, that red button, that reward bag, if you're there, click on that. You can become a patron of the show. All you have to do is click on that button, make a decision, and get it, and you can go it. All right, you can become a member of it. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, or you're watching this replay, and you're interested in helping your boy out or supporting the podcast, I got 2 ways for you. The Big Time Show 3.supercast.tech is where you can become a monthly contributor of the podcast. All you got to do is type that in and just make a decision and make a commitment, and I would appreciate it. If not, I'm grateful for just you here. Another way that you can do it is my Cash App, which is $ the Big Time Show. That's all you have to do. $ the Big Time Show. If you want to contribute that way, you'll be appreciated. If not, it's okay. However, there's one thing I would like for you guys to do that are here with me, and those that may be listening to this later, and for those also that may be listening to the replay. If you can, will you please go to my YouTube channel, which is the Big Time Show Podcast. Once you type that in, you'll see my face with a lot of videos there. The Big Time Show Podcast. Do me a favor, won't cost you nothing. Just go and subscribe to it, and then just turn on the notifications. You can watch me live there, like I'm live there right now. You can do that. Just subscribe to it and push the notification button. It would be greatly appreciated if you would do that. All right. Thank y'all for listening to me. Tuesday, we'll keep going down the line. Next up will be offensive line and our tight ends. That'll be the next one up. I'm going position by position, or at least unit by unit. Next show will be those guys. I might even have to do a part 2 on that. Cause y'all, I got plenty more for that. Okay. I got plenty more. Okay. But I'll see you guys later this week. Before you leave, if you ain't too mad at me, come on, put your hands together. Cause whether you like it or not, we groove our way out of here. You might as well come on, get loose. Podbean. Thank you, Miss Ty. I see you. She already know those that are here. Go ahead and put your hands together. We groove. Y'all enjoy the rest of the little playoff games. I could care less who win. Tennessee, whoever else, 49ers, Green Bay. I care less. I don't, who cares? My team ain't playing. I ain't cheering for nobody else. I'm just watching football. Who cares who wins? All right. It's just that simple. This is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I tell the truth here. I just tell the truth. Y'all, whether you like it or not, I tell the truth. I love it. This is, yeah, the Big Time Show. Put your hands together right now. Yeah. Podbank. Yeah. I see you, mister. Come on, clap with me. Come clapping. Come on. Woo! Where my crowd at? Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got no people clapping for me, so I rarely use my crowd. My crowd, woo! Somebody gonna clap. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. Big Time Show. Yeah. You might well get a little bit more. You might come on. Oh my. We out.